Come down to the Wrestling Guy store. Find your favorite WWE action figures and favorite WWE Superstars t-shirts. We also host meet and greets where you can meet some of your favorite wrestlers. The Wrestling Guy store is located at 6085 State Street, Huntington Park, California. Or you can follow us online at our website, thewrestlingguystore.com, or on social media, such as Instagram, at The Wrestling Guy Store.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Doing Your Own podcast, and today I have two very special guests, Riccaboni and Quinn Mckay.
Hi! Hey! Thanks for having us. We're excited.
Yes, since we got two commentators, interviewers from their perspective. Okay, so I'm going to start off with questions here. So were you a fan of wrestling growing up?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
yeah.
definitely.
Not as big of a fan like as Ian, but like for sure, like my older brother watched it, and so I like grew up watching it with him.
And I'm the ultimate wrestling nerd. I grew up in Allentown, Pennsylvania, which is close to New York and Philadelphia. So I got WCW, WWF, I got all the local promotions, and I drove my parents crazy. They used to make me, they used to take me everywhere. I collected the magazines, the action figures, you name it. I mean, I was a huge wrestling fan growing up.
It's not lame that you did it. It's lame that like I lived out in the middle of nowhere, so I didn't have access to any of that. Like none at all. So you were blessed.
Yeah,
You were
absolutely.
well,
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
So who were you a fan of?
Oh man, okay, so I go back and forth about who I think my favorite wrestler was all the time because like objectively I want to say like it was Shawn Michaels, but the more I think about it, like the more I go through and just like watch matches I enjoy, it's always Edge.
Oh, okay.
So I would say like Edge was probably my favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah, and I was a little weird because I always singled out the commentators. So I was like Vince McMahon. He just had this like crazy energy, and he was just so excited to be there. But also Tony Schiavone was another guy who I just thought really was a great just host. He was able to keep the broadcast moving, and he was able to really explain why the wrestlers were fighting. So I like those guys. But my favorite wrestler, I think, was probably Ultimate Warrior. And I also really like the Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith. I like the British Bulldogs.
Okay. So did you always want to become a commentator, interviewer? How did that come about?
Well, that's such a long, winding road because there were so many things. So I actually have a degree. I have a Bachelor of Science in Public Relations. I played roller derby for 8 years. I really originally wanted to be like a biological anthropologist. I have an anthropology minor, which has nothing to do with public relations whatsoever. But it was originally my major until I changed it the last second. And I had actually graduated college and retired from roller derby before I decided I wanted to get into wrestling because I was really always inspired by Beth Phoenix. And that's kind of what inspired me to do roller derby because I was like, well, if Beth Phoenix can be this phenomenal wrestler, I can do whatever I want. I can play roller derby, and then I was like, well, what if I did wrestle? And then I ended up as a backstage interviewer, backstage correspondent, and I did commentary for Future of Honor, and I host a show now again.
Yeah, it's amazing because Quinn's just been a natural so far in the role, and it's been great hosting with Quinn. For me, I've always wanted to be a commentator and broadcaster. I have a bachelor's degree in media and communications, and so I looked for any opportunity I could, quite like yourself, where when I was coming up, we didn't have YouTube as it is today, and we didn't really have podcasts as they are today. So I just, whoa!
Bit of a disruption.
Yeah, that's okay though. What I look to do is we had NPR. I was an NPR newsreader in Orlando in a couple summers, and I also did public access TV until I got an opportunity to be on cable with a show about the Phillies. So it was even then, even before YouTube and podcasts, it was about creating content. It was the best place to fail. It was the best place to learn. And so, yeah, I've always had it in the back of my head, even though I've had jobs in the real world. It's always something that I wanted to do.
So how does it feel working for Ring of Honor? It's a top 3 company.
It's one of honestly, like, we work for the best company in the world. I love everybody. Like, I wouldn't change anything. I didn't realize, because you kind of, I think whenever you are like a young adult and you've just graduated college, you really look for like your place in life. Like I did radio for a while, and each like you never find somewhere that you really feel like you quite fit. And Ring of Honor, from the first moment I've been here, has always felt like a home. So I love it.
Yeah, and I love Ring of Honor too. I mean, my daughter was born earlier this year, and with that, they said whatever you need. They allowed me to miss some events. They allowed me to do commentary from my home with Colt Cabana. They flew Colt Cabana in to do commentary with me on a couple of TV episodes just to accommodate the fact that I wanted to make sure that I was there for my wife and for my daughter and for my son when we had a new addition to the family. And it's, Ring of Honor has always been great to me in that way. They've always provided a platform for me to kind of share my love of pro wrestling. And really, it's just incredible because we're consistently bringing in the top wrestlers, male and female, at the right times, and really keeping up with now what's a rapidly expanding wrestling universe. So it's pretty cool to be a part of Ring of Honor right this second, and having done Madison Square Garden, and having done All In, and having done all these great events. And it does really feel like a family as well here.
Okay, that's cool. That's good. Do you have a favorite match that you have witnessed here?
Oh man.
There can be more than one.
Sure. I'll start. I usually have a go-to.
Yeah.
The Hardys versus the Young Bucks ladder match at Supercard of Honor. If only because it was really neat. That was my son's first event, and he was 6 months old at the time. We were on this little perch, me, Kevin Kelly, and Colt Cabana, and I looked over and I just see my son just fall.
Okay, yes. Take it away, Ian.
Absolutely. My favorite was the Hardys versus the Young Bucks ladder match, Supercard of Honor 2017. It was really special. It was my son's first wrestling event, but he was only 6 months old. So I have this memory in my head of this carnage, the ladders and people jumping off on the tables, and then looking over and seeing my little son, 6 months old, just fast asleep in his stroller. So that was really special for me. More recently, the ladder match to determine the Ring of Honor World Champion at Madison Square Garden. I like ladder matches. I don't know if
Who honestly doesn't like ladder matches?
Yeah, they're pretty great. So those are my picks. I can't choose just one at this point.
Yeah, and there have been we've had a lot of really great matches this year. But I have to say, I'm a really big fan of technical wrestling, scientific wrestling. So at Best in the World, we had Sally Young versus Jonathan Gresham in a Pure Rules match, and we haven't had any Pure Rules matches in a minute, I think, and it's not something that really gets showcased on television very often. So that was really cool, and that was a really beautiful match to watch happen. I loved it. That was great.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so we've come to the end of this little podcast, this show one. Is there a way people can follow you on social media?
Oh yeah. On Instagram, I'm Quinn_to_win_it, and on Twitter, I'm at Quinn Mckay.
And on everything, I'm at Ian Riccaboni, Riccaboni. It's long and weird in Italian, so that's the way you can follow me.